collectively as a group, we've got over 37 years experience in the uniform industry. So that's huge. And one of the ladies individually who has probably individual more experience than any of us heads up our quality control area. And we find, even though we deal with 30 different manufacturers, most of the uniforms are ultimately made offshore. And so with that comes quality issues, I guess. Sometimes that can be in the dyeing of the fabric. Sometimes that can be in the actual sewing and the manufacturing of the fabric. And sometimes that can be with sizing. And sizing is a really big issue, because if we're going out to size people in samples from our showroom and we have their sizes written down and their order here, when the garments come in, if the label on something we've sized them in is a large, and then the garment comes in and it's labelled a large, but it actually measures a medium, then that's not going to fit our customer, and we're going to have a really unhappy customer at the end. And a lot of customers that we talk to, sizing is a really big issue, especially if they've got a big team, and especially if that team ranges over quite a few sizes. So we absolutely go out, we take samples for our customers, and then once they're happy to go ahead with an order, we will order in all of the sizing, and we will go and personally size them ourselves. Or for companies that have staff coming and going, sometimes they prefer us to leave the samples there. The team can then try them on at their leisure, make a note of their sizing, and then they will let us know. We're very flexible to do whatever works best for our customers' environment, basically. Our girls out the back quality check them for stains and marks that can actually be on the garments when we receive them. They check the fabric and just make sure there's no pulls or any dye slubs or anything like that in the fabric. They also give them a little bit of a pull and a tug and just make sure that something's not, that everything's sewn up correctly. Make sure there's no holes in the garment, and most of all, they measure absolutely everything that comes into our door to make sure it fits within the sizing specs of the manufacturer. The manufacturers have a tolerance, is what they call it. So if a shirt is supposed to be measuring a 58 centimetres on a half chest, they'll have a tolerance of about 1 centimetre. So if it's 1 centimetre smaller or 1 centimetre larger than the spec, they would call that within spec, which is something that we just have to live with. And that's basically because when they lay all the fabric out and cut out the pattern, it can never be exactly 100% straight the whole time. So the fabric can move slightly. So they allow a 1 centimetre tolerance just for the movement of the fabric when they're cutting. If the uniform's sized properly, and if it isn't too tight in the beginning, 1 centimetre doesn't make a lot of difference. So there is that tolerance there, and we're mindful of that as well. We also do alterations. So that is also something that a lot of our competitors don't do. And so when we go on site to size somebody, it's probably fair to say that we're all different shapes and sizes. So one thing isn't going to work for everyone. And when we go into a meeting, we have a talk to our customers about that and about the size range of team that they have, so we can maybe put forward a few options that are going to all tie in as a uniform but work well across the group, and so everyone's feeling comfortable in what they're wearing as a uniform, which is really important. But not everything fits everybody perfectly. So we may need to do some alterations so it does fit them perfectly, and that's something that we will do when we come in. If we're coming in to size everybody, we can organise the alterations. It might be something simple like, running a hem up or letting a hem down. It might be something where someone is in between sizes, so I'll always recommend then to go up to the next size and let's alter it down. If it's a little bit big, we can alter it down. If it's too tight, you you can't do anything. That alteration service is something really unique to Absolute Apparel. I'm unaware of any of our competitors on the Gold Coast that offer that service as well, and I'm unaware of anyone that offers the quality control service that we offer as well. All of our manufacturers say to us, you know, oh gee, you know, we don't have hardly any returns from anyone else except you guys. And we say, yeah, we know, because we're getting customers who have had a bad experience because things don't fit them properly. And that's only because they're either ordering online, and you know, it's definitely cheaper to order online, but they don't offer that kind of service. So, you know, they just order it in and send it straight out to you. A lot of the time it's not even taken out of the packaging and looked at. So, you know, it can be from ordering online, and it can just be that it takes a lot of time. And if you've got a big customer base and you've got lots of orders coming through, it takes a lot of time to do that. But we have 2 dedicated staff that do that all day, every day. You know, I guess the price that we pay to make sure that our customers are happy at the end. And certainly we can't compete with just online purchases because we offer that service. But when a customer comes to us, we believe that they deserve that service, and that's absolutely what they get when they come to us.